Hey guys, what is going on? And this is David from ConMentary, and you're listening to another episode of the ConMentary Podcast, the geeky and nerdy show for geeky and nerdy people. And I'm your host, David. It's been a while since we've had an episode of this specific show, but we've been also streaming on twitch.tv/ConMentary. We've been streaming Binge Blast, which is our other podcast where we're talking about what we've been playing and watching. Have a whole bunch of awesome people on that show, like Aisha, who is here right now.
Hello. I actually haven't been on a binge blast in a while.
And I also have another awesome person here, Sean from the feed from Geek Mountain Podcast, aka ShoryukenPizza.
Hello. Yes. I am ShoryukenPizza. Actually,
we totally planned for you to be on the show. This is not an impromptu thing. We are well prepared here over at ConMentary. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're great. We love it here. We love you all.
I was going to say, I just got done recording my own show, the feed from Geek Mountain Podcast. But, yes. Hello. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. Since you're already in the process, talking about your own stuff, hashtag shameless plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm ShoryukenPizza, as you folks know. I am the host of the Feed from Geek Mountain Podcast, where we talk about anime and video games in depth, while also giving a voice to minority and disadvantaged groups everywhere now. So I just got done with that podcast. It comes out Sundays. You can find us everywhere, like hot sauce. Wait, I fucked that up.
Is that the new catchphrase? You can find us
I'm
like
taking
hot
that
sauce.
from Blue.
Oh, okay. All right, I see you.
The Feed from Geek Mountain, yes.
Put that shit on
thank
every
you for having
platform, like Frank's. But yeah, no problem. Thanks for being here on such not short notice. We plan on having you on here anyway. Yeah, this is great. We're chilling. If you are listening to this show on YouTube or on Spotify, you miss hearing it live at twitch.tv/ConMentary, where we record our podcast before we post it onto other platforms for your listening / watching pleasure. If you're on YouTube, we have some stuff on the screen for you to look at. But if you're on Spotify, I'm in your ear holes, baby. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Really quickly, Sean, you need to try out this drink combination I got going on here. It's really good, actually. You know what? You drink soju, right? Soju?
I do not, but I've heard of it.
You've heard of it.
Really
Okay,
good.
so it's basically Japanese Asian wine. It's almost like Asian vodka, depending on what type you get. I got this brand called Sunhari, and it's like peach flavored. I've had it before, but I've been drinking a lot of sparkling water recently, specifically Topo Chico brand sparkling water. And I decided to mix the peach soju with a little bit of sparkling water, because Topo Chico is so potent in its sparkliness that it can pretty much seltzerize any drink. So I pretty much made it from like a flat, smooth beverage, the soju, and now I have it like kind of like a sparkling beverage. It's actually really nice.
Interesting. I gotta
Hashtag
check that out.
21 plus things. Yeah. That's a little drink tip for you guys there. Aisha, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gave me a weird look when you said that.
What do you mean?
Give me a weird look when you say you're eternally screaming at all.
Yes,
at all
I'm
times.
Literally always internally screaming.
All the time.
Yeah, because I've been stressed.
Yeah, because work and the government. Anyway, let's see. So we are going to get this show started. First off, again, like I said, you guys are listening to the ConMentary Podcast, the geeky and nerdy show for geeky and nerdy people. We're going to start off with a panel icebreaker, because what we like to do on this show is we like to shuffle up our panelists. It's never the same people twice, unless there is, but usually it's not. So this week it could be ShoryukenPizza and Aisha. Next week it could be Connor and Zany from Team RDW, or it could be some other awesome special guests that we have lined up. We have a lot of cool friends in the streaming world. So Sean, Aisha, I have a question for you guys. Panel icebreaker time. What is your favorite fall or autumn vibe?
Should I go first?
Yeah, you can
go first.
Fall, autumn vibe? Geez, like in terms of what? Like my favorite things in fall / autumn?
Yeah, like the things that really make you be like, dang, it's really fall right now. That's crazy.
Definitely the cold weather. And cold weather means breaking out the denim jackets.
The denim jackets.
With
the
the
Levi
hoodie.
jean jacket.
Yes. That's,
so do you
that's
layer
my
it?
vibe.
Do you layer your hoodies with your jean jackets, or do you?
Yes.
I actually really like that look.
Yeah, layered jean jacket look.
Really
Okay,
that. It really looks good on me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say a lot of guys that have like the hoodie and the jean jacket over with like the nice like fitted jeans. That's a look.
Style. What about you, Aisha? What is your fall autumn vibe?
Does Halloween count?
So just all the spooky ween is your vibe.
That does count. Yeah.
Yes, like I
like what part of Halloween specifically?
all of it. Like
because you're 25.
Okay.
So do you still trick or treat? Is that like
I haven't trick or treated in it's been quite a few years since I trick or treated actually.
What's crazy about our generation is we dead ass will keep trick or treating until someone tells us to not come to their house.
Yeah,
like,
like,
we will stretch it thin.
I mean, like even like during college, there was a lot of places that older millennials could go to like trick or treat.
So we're into the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
If you go to the Gold Coast area before COVID, that's where that's where the rich white people with the big candy bars, they only buy full size candy bars.
The king size Hershey bars, the king size like Snickers, even though I don't really eat Snickers, the king size everything. Like they give you the full ones.
Like I remember,
not the mini ones, the full ones.
Yeah, they would give you literally just full on retail candy bars.
Yes.
Let's see. For me, favorite fall.
Finished.
Oh, you weren't finished? Keep
yeah,
going. Okay.
because like I typically I don't like cold weather. I hate cold weather. I get cold very easily. But I like sweaters and hoodies. So like I've been buying more like sweater dresses and stuff that I can wear in the wintertime and not freeze.
Okay.
And is apple cider a vibe?
Oh, apple cider is actually going to be my vibe. Like I
was
love
gonna say
apple cider and pumpkin stuff. Like
Yeah,
those scents and those tastes are really good. That's probably my favorite vibes. When the pumpkin spice latte comes back, that's how I know. That's how I know it's fall. But then again, I think this year it started really early. They were just like release the hounds in like August. Pumpkin spice spawned.
No,
I think.
or
like mid-September.
September maybe. Yeah, they normally start in like October. Wait, but do you prefer like the hot pumpkin spice drink or like?
I've been drinking it iced recently, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the vibes right there, man.
Is that it?
That's the vibes. Yeah, pumpkin spice. Also, when the Black Friday sales get leaked, that kind of trickles into Christmas. But like I think that's like the tail end of fall and autumn, and when those Black Friday ads start to leak in like mid-October, early November.
God, Black Friday is like, it's like. What was I gonna say?
I mean, you're not a retail worker anymore, so you're fine with it.
I'm not a retail in-store worker, but I'm a call center retail worker. So they still call us if they're trying to buy something on the website and the website crashes or they miss their promotion. They call us. It gets real bad. But I think I have Black Friday off this year.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, no, they let us request it. I put that in immediately, so I don't think I worked that day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean? Do you have you ever worked retail Black Friday before?
Retail Black Friday, probably more along the lines of retail. Probably yes, like a long time ago, but I don't remember it. But I have worked at a tourist attraction at John Hancock.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Building. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I did that before
Chicago.
too.
The pictures, though.
Yeah, no, I've done
I
that
used to work
before too.
there. Yeah, and that's always really bad because we're right next to the water tower place.
Actual hell. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at how many people come out like around the holiday season in general. Like I was working at the Sears Tower for a little bit when the museum got sold when I was working for the photo company. And so many people wanted to come up to the Sears Tower, and even on days when it was like cloudy, we would be like, yeah, you're not going to see anything. It's just clouds. People would still go up there and want their pictures.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Vibes. But so like I said before, we do have a show called Binge Blast where we talk about what we've been playing and watching en masse. But I like to also talk to my panelists and see what you guys have been playing and or watching. Give me like one thing really quickly, what you've been playing or watching pretty heavily recently. Aisha, I'll let you go first.
Oh, I haven't really been doing much because I've been working and it's been busy, so I've just been catching up on Animal Crossing.
Yeah, you've been getting back in there.
I have been getting back into Animal Crossing because of the October stuff, so all the like spooky pumpkin stuff. I want to try and rework my island, but I'm having a really hard time with figuring out a layout.
Yeah.
So that's what I was doing. And then what was the last thing I watched? I watched that what was it, the Edge of Tomorrow movie?
Yeah.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Tom Cruise or something?
Yeah, the Tom Cruise movie where he was like, it was essentially he was repeating. It was basically
ReZero but Hollywoodified.
Sure, I never Sure, yes.
He dies and then he resets at a checkpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
It was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. So that's all for me.
All right, what about you, Sean?
Yeah, I've been playing Hunt Showdown.
Oh yeah, you're basically an ambassador for that game at this point, to be honest.
But I'm terrible at playing it, but it's fine. But they've also have a Halloween event right now. It started yesterday. It's just
that game already has spooky vibes. How can that game get even more Halloween?
Exactly. Well, this is their first event actually. So for people that haven't played Hunt, this is a good time to get into Hunt, because they're giving out Hunt or Halloween related cosmetics in terms of guns. So this is their first event, so a lot of people are playing it. It's really cool. All you do is smash pumpkin related things like scarecrow pumpkins.
That's cool.
Pumpkins on the map. And then also there's a pumpkin headed butcher that after you kill him, his head rolls down and you have to smash his pumpkin head.
So is there like pumpkin inside of it, or is it like just bloody gut pumpkin?
It's just
pumpkin.
Actually, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I let my teammates do that. Yeah,
gotcha.
So I assume it's just a pumpkin animation. Yeah.
Okay. Dope. Let's see. And then I have been playing a lot of Watch Dogs 2. Today is the day of recording. 29th is the day where Ubisoft released Watch Dogs Legion, which is the third game in the franchise. But I have been playing through the last two games. I'm currently on the second one. I've been playing a lot more off stream recently, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. I'm for sure gonna be picking up Legion in the next couple days and or weeks. But yeah, Watch Dogs 2 is really great. Like I had it on Epic Games Store for free, and I also actually had it on Uplay for free because Ubisoft was basically throwing the game at people to get people ready for Legion. But I've been playing on my PC. Really great game. I love the main characters. I love the cast of characters. The hacking.
How far
for
are
sure.
you, by the way?
I think I'm maybe probably a little over halfway done.
Oh, wow.
I'd assume. maybe. I think
What's the last big thing that happened?
The last big thing that happened was Wrench's mask got taken, and I got it back. And one of the members of Dead Set got killed. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much at a apex of the story. So yeah,
you're almost there.
How are you liking it compared to the first?
Oh, it's so much better than the first one. So much better. It's so much better. Tonally, it's so much better. The hacking is the stories. The characters are more interesting. The side quests are more interesting. The hacking is loads better.
Good.
Like it's not a headshot fest like the first game, because the first game was more like a cover shooter with hacking sprinkled in there.
Like sneak and shoot.
Yeah, but this one is like I can really be in a building and just have my drone go through the place and do what I need it to do, or I can hack things more efficiently and like sneak around better because I have more hacking abilities ready more often. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So that is what we've been playing, watching really quickly. But if you want to hear more about what we've been doing, you can listen to Binge Blast, which is a podcast you can listen to on YouTube, and also it's on Spotify as well and other podcast streaming services. So let's move on.
Talk about Genshin.
Oh, again, I haven't played Genshin a lot because I've been playing Watch Dogs. So.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I needed a game that ends. I can't keep playing games that don't end. But yeah, let's move on to some actual news. Some geeky and nerdy stuff for geeky and nerdy people. Let's get it. Okay. We got quite a bit of things that have happened recently, so this is going to be really interesting. Sean, you are 100% in the know of everything we're going to talk about, so this should not be hard for you. Let's see. So, Destruction All-Stars has been delayed for PlayStation 5 from launch to February.
Mm-hmm. So, when is it coming out?
Now it is coming out in it doesn't have a specific date. It just got delayed to February 2021. It was going to come out in 2020 when the PlayStation 5 launched, but it was going to be a full retail price game. So people would have had to drop a full $70 to play this game. But they decided to delay it, I guess, for fine tuning and also, I guess, for sales sake. And honestly, that was a very smart decision on their part, I'd say. So do you guys think this was a good call? Do you guys know what Destruction All-Stars is?
It's that wild racing game, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually have if you guys are watching on YouTube, I'm going to put a trailer up on screen for you guys so you can watch that. But
yeah, you run out of the cars and
it was a really weird hybrid game. They showed it off during the PlayStation 5 reveal event. It seems like it's a destruction derby game, hence the destruction part of the title. But also you can jump out of the car, and it looks like you can do a whole bunch of free running and melee combat. So it's kind of like a hybrid type of game. It looks really fun, honestly. The game looks totally up my alley. It's 100% what I would call a David game. But I wasn't really willing to invest a full $70 in it because it seemed like it was going to be a multiplayer heavy title. So because of that, I think that's one reason for sure why they delayed it, because they wanted to give people the opportunity to just get in zero risk and just get the game for free and pretty much pull a Rocket League with this game, which I think honestly was probably the best call for Rocket League.
Pull a Rocket League? Yeah,
because Rocket League first launched on PS4 for free. And that's how I got into it. That's how a lot of people got into it. And then basically whoever missed the game being free heard it from their friends and all the content people who played it when it was free. And then they decided to make the jump and buy the game full retail because they missed their opportunity to get it. So that being said, do you guys think this was a good call to delay the release of this game?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people would have purchased it for the full retail price, especially considering the games that are gonna be coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot. There would have been a lot of competition for this one.
Yeah. So I like the idea of them because it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus,
PlayStation 5 only. Yeah.
Yeah. But did they say they were gonna put it on Plus?
It's on Plus.
Free?
It's gonna be free.
Okay. Yeah. I think that was a smart move on their end.
Yeah, I also think that was a good move in regards to other games, which we probably might talk about with delays. But since they're offering this delay, right? They're giving it not only are they pushing it back, but they're also providing it free with quotation marks with PlayStation Plus. So that's a huge benefit.
A lot of players, the install base is going to be huge with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then follow-up question: do you guys think that because this game looks like it'll mainly be multiplayer, do you think that multiplayer IPs should literally just be free to play from the jump and not even have players pay to jump in?
I feel like it depends on the game.
That's a hard one to call, right? There's a lot of different engines that a lot of different games use that have obviously take way more budgeting to use, like the Unreal Engine, for example. But all the hard work that goes into a game as well. Could you really put a price on it? Is your cosmetics worth actually what the game is going to cost? There's a lot of games like Realm Royale, for example, that have terrible emotes and terrible sprays. Like, does anyone care about sprays in 2020 anymore? But will they be as epic as Fortnite's? Where like the dances in Fortnite's always slap. They're worth it.
Mm-hmm. So I look at it this way, where it's like there's so many games out now that are free to play, and that are multiplayer. There are so many games that gamers can jump into with their friends, free of cost, zero
risk.
Yeah, zero risk. And going into, and especially when you're a multiplayer game that doesn't end, especially with, I guess, the millennials, where we're older, we need games that actually do have an end point because there's only so many games we can play at once. adding a multiplayer game into that repertoire is very low for me, to be honest. That's why I was like, if this game was to release full retail, I probably wouldn't even get it, because it's like, I don't need another game that does not end. Which I guess, for example, the last game that did this was Rocket Arena by EA, and people had to pay, I think, $40 at launch day, or $30-$40 to get in that game on launch day. But then no one bought it because it was pay to get in.
Yeah.
But then they ended up dropping the price to like $5 within 2 weeks, and I don't even know if anyone's really playing it. And I'm wondering if they made that game free to play, people probably would have played it. So, but I mean, also you can pull off pay to play with certain games. Like Fall Guys is $20. If Fall Guys was any more than $20, how many people would have dropped into it, right? So yeah, but I think 70 is 100% way too much of a investment to get into a new game franchise entirely. So
100%.
Yeah, I think that was for sure the best call for them to delay the game. But February 2020, who knows if I'll have a PlayStation 5 by then, but we shall see. Let's see. Speaking of PlayStation, this won't be too relevant to you, Shoryuken, because you recently got a PlayStation, because you are hashtag PC Master Race. But this is relevant to me and Aisha because we both have PlayStation 4s, and we are aware how bad the PlayStation PlayStation apps were.
Yeah.
So there's a new PlayStation app that got revealed this week. Sony has a new app that is integrating every single thing that they used to have on the App Store. Messages was separate. The store was separate.
Yeah.
Parties didn't even exist. Everything was all jumbled up. It was a lot of steps. You had to have basically a whole folder on your phone to cover all of the Sony PlayStation apps. But now they're all together in one package, one actual PlayStation app. It seems really succinct, really well made, actually. So you can access the store and you can download things straight to your PlayStation 4 from the app, PlayStation 5 from the app.
I'm just gonna say it's about fucking time, because I hated having to have like 3 separate apps on my phone for PlayStation. I remember I completely deleted the PSN app because I was like,
I just didn't even have them on my phone anymore.
And then I only re-download messages because I was in like a party chat thing, like I guess like a text chat or whatever. I don't know, but it's really annoying that it all wasn't in one place. If it was all in one place, then I would have just, it wouldn't have been a problem. But also, I think, the layout wasn't the best?
Yeah, the layouts were really weird, but this one looks really clean, actually.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more organized to me, and I just like that I can see messages and download things to my console in one place. I don't have to, close one app and reopen another, which it's not that hard to do it, obviously, but it's just convenience.
And it even seems like they have parties and messaging rolled into this too, which is really good because they're trying to make that more like if you don't have, because PlayStation isn't partnered with Discord, but they're pretty much making everything that Discord can do onto the PlayStation. But you can also, looks like you can do all that stuff. Looks like you can probably join a party from your phone. I was going
to say, can you join a party from your phone now? Because that's one thing, I would get the notification on my phone that I got an invite to a party, but then I would look at my phone and I'm like, wait, I can't join this party. I have to open my PlayStation and log in and just have my thing plugged into my
That's interesting, because
controller.
if you join in through the party, is it possible that I can, instead of using whatever device Sony uses for their Bluetooth, I could use my own Bluetooth through my phone and just talk
you could just use your phone as a mic instead of probably.
Maybe.
You can probably do that.
Or
they have it where the controller is a mic now, so.
Yeah, that's true. But a more realistic stance, if I'm out working or if I'm shopping and my homies call me on PlayStation, if they're all playing, I'll pick up and be like, hey, I'll be with you guys in a second. Give me, you'd be like, yo, instead of calling, these may not be people that you interact with in real life. They're not your friends, but they're your online.
Yeah, the gaming friends. Yeah.
So that could be useful. Yeah.
Or even better, when you having a game night with the homies and you gotta go and make that Taco Bell run and you gotta be like, yo, I'll be back from the chat. No, you can just switch to your phone and then you can keep talking to your boys in the car, in the
talking
chat.
Shit to your boys
when you get in your Baja Blast.
And they can roast you while you make
Taco Bell. But yeah, this is gonna be cool. I'm happy that Sony finally made this change. That's gonna be great. Nintendo 100% can learn something from this. Screw the Nintendo Online app. It's actually very trash.
Oh God.
Hate Nintendo. Okay. Let's move on. Cyberpunk 2077 got delayed until December. Place your bets now if it will even release in 2020. Place your bets. How much you want to bet right now?
At this point, I feel like there's a chance it might get one more push until like early 2021.
Who knows, dude?
Maybe.
Okay, so this is the
bright yellow background.
This is the Cyberpunk 2077 team's letter that they made to gamers October 27th, 2020. Hi everyone. Today we've decided to move the release date of Cyberpunk 2077 by 21 days. The new release date is December 10th. Most likely there are many emotions and questions in your heads, so first and foremost, please accept our humble apologies. The biggest challenge for us right now is shipping the game on current gen, next gen, and PC at the same time, which requires us to prepare and test 9 versions of it. And they list every single version of the game that's coming out. Let's see. We need to make sure everything works well and every version runs smoothly. We're aware it might seem unrealistic when someone says that 21 days can make any difference in such a massive and complex game, but they really do. Some of you might also be wondering what these words mean in light of us saying that we achieved Gold Master some time ago. Passing certification or going gold means the game is ready, can be completed, and has all content in it, but it doesn't mean we can stop working on it and raising the quality bar. On the contrary, this is the time where many improvements are being made and which will be distributed via Day Zero patch. This is the time period where we undercalculated. We feel we have an amazing game on our hands and we are willing to make every decision, even the hardest ones, if it ultimately leads you to having a video game that you will fall in love with. Yours, Names, CD Projekt Red. Yes. I guess this just means they need to fine tune some things on the back end to make sure everyone who gets every copy of this game is completely satisfied and this game gets nothing lower than a 9 on every single outlet possible.
I'm somewhat shocked that they're trying to put it out on everything like at once.
Yeah, it's even coming to Stadia, which is really crazy.
Yeah,
to me.
like I would have thought it would be like, okay, it's coming to like PlayStation, Xbox first, and then they're gonna bring it to like Stadia and whatever else is gonna be on a little bit later. Like how I thought they would have done it in waves.
Yeah, they're actually trying to do like I guess the biggest
that's crazy to
release
me.
Possible.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah,
I don't think it's impossible, but
they're making it possible.
It's not impossible.
I don't think it's
more
impossible
is for the game to be good on all 9 versions.
Right, without patches, right?
Yeah, they said there's going to be a Day Zero patch that they're working on, I guess, that will come out
so like
right when you install the game to your console. I guess they're like also having people on the back end check the game again, comb it over, make sure there's anything they can fix before the game actually drops and gets to stores and players get it in their hands. But honestly, at this point, to be honest, the game looks interesting to me. I haven't really been super hyped on it. Like, this game isn't I have to get it day one type of thing, but I do like how ambitious it is, and I'm actually hoping that the game isn't pushing its hype so much that gamers end up getting let down. So one of the questions I have is, can too many delays kill hype for a game?
I think so.
Because even like it'd be different if they literally didn't say anything until like the week before and they're like, okay, yeah, the game's dropping now. Mm-hmm. But I think we were what, like less than 2 weeks out of the game releasing, maybe 3.
Yep.
And then they delayed it again.
Yeah.
So now everyone's like, okay, so place your bets if this game's gonna get delayed again. This is probably the shortest delay time that they've given us.
It is.
But
because when was it supposed to come out? Like April?
Initially, it was supposed to come out like around April before Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah.
Then they pushed it to, I think, that's when they pushed it to, I think, November.
See, like the first 2 pushes, everyone was kind of like, okay, well, this was coming out around what was it, like Final Fantasy. So we're fine.
People had time to play other things.
And then it was coming out around another game, and everyone was like, okay, this is fine because we can just buy this other game. And then when this finally comes out, we'll have time to actually play it.
Yeah, now right now, the Nintendo fans are like, phew, now I can just get Age of Calamity and not worry about it. But other than that, it's just like, now you can play, I guess, every other launch title for your next-gen system before you get Cyberpunk for Christmas, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. How do you feel about this, Sean? I know you really wanted to get this game, or did you want to get this game?
No, I was in the minority, actually, the few that were just like, whatever. It sounds like a cool game. Yeah, like, but if it comes out like next year, then I wouldn't really know about it.
I won't even get around to playing it, to be honest.
What's more interesting is how some people ended up flip-flopping on Cyberpunk after this delay.
No, they just decided they don't even care anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really care about the game anymore too at this point. And they made vocal statements about it. A lot of people pre-ordered the Xbox One version. Now they're getting the Xbox Series X, and they're just like, well, you know, they're in a weird category right now. If they can even get the Series X, right? It's a lot of nuances with this release, and it's gonna make waves upon release to see how, like, can games be successful on launch days like this, especially big AAA titles like these. But for me, I'll play it when I can.
Yeah, pretty much, basically.
From the first trailer, it looked like a fancy looking Borderlands, and I'm not that big into Borderlands.
Yeah, what really gets me right now is just like how everyone can start their game off differently, and yeah, they also recently showed off, I guess, the different cars in the game, and that looks kind of cool. But I don't know, it's gonna be one of the biggest games of the year, but it's not gonna quite make the Game Awards this year. So that's gonna be, because it was gonna be totally a buzzer beater GOTY game this year for the few of the awards, but it's gonna barely make it this time. So maybe. Anyway, next up, really quickly, Apex Legends Season 7 trailer dropped this week. This one is really small because me personally, I haven't really been playing Apex Legends that much during this season. Rampart dropped this season. She's like the LMG heavy character. I love her design. I love her as a character. I haven't been using her that much personally. Yeah, what about you? Have you been playing Apex that much?
I'm not an Apex guy, but I've been looking at a lot of Apex streams, and it seems like for the most part people seem to enjoy it. A lot of my casual friends that are into the game seem to win a lot of games in Apex now, which is really cool. So it's an interesting game, and it's free to play, right?
It is, yep. And they recently also added crossplay, so now if you're on PC, you can play with your PlayStation 4 people or Xbox people or whatever. The Switch version got delayed until 2021, but also who's really trying to play Apex Legends on their Switch? I would not do that. I would try it just to try it, but I would not play that game on my Switch at all, by any means, period. But yeah, so Season 7 starting up. We got a new character. I don't know her name. I don't even know if they dropped her name. I wasn't paying attention. But she looks like she is a character with a rail gun of some sorts, like a zero gravity type of gun. Kind of like that one dude from Overwatch that has like the meteors, the zero gravity balls that he shoots. Something like that, but she's like an Australian girl. No, not Zenyatta. Some other dude. I forgot his name. But she has like a gun that uses like zero gravity abilities. She can pop people in the air. She can slam them back down. She looks really cool. Really awesome design. Also, there's a new map that is getting revealed. It looks like it might be the biggest map yet, or maybe it might be as big as World's Edge. But now that looks like there's going to be rideable vehicles in the game where you and your squad can jump in and still be able to shoot at other players and stuff like that. Looks like zero gravity booster cars. I think the new map is going to be called Oblivion or something like that. But yeah, it looks cool. Looks like it's in the sky, so you got blue skies, futuristic floating city type of aesthetic going on. So yeah, happy for the Apex players. I don't know if I'm going to be jumping in anytime soon when the new content drops, but it looks awesome. Looks clean. Gonna looking forward to where I can finally try that out. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Next up, this one's really interesting. Immortals Fenyx Rising got a Stadia demo recently. Today was the day where the demo actually got removed from Stadia. But for I think it was the 22nd of October to the 29th of October, you were able to try out Immortals Fenyx Rising, which is pretty much Ubisoft's take on the Breath of the Wild open air RPG, action RPG type of thing, like Genshin Impact type of formula. But it's Greek mythology, and it's actually a very good game, to be honest. I played it probably 3 hours in total with the demo. The demo itself, if you play through it once, if you know what you're doing, you can probably finish it. Well, if you're following the path of the demo and you have pretty decent gamer knowledge, you can get through it in I got through it in 45 minutes my first time through. But I went back through and I went off the beaten path quite a bit. And the area that they gave you for the demo had a lot of content in it and a lot of stuff in it that you don't actually get to see if you're following the path that they give you and you're following the waypoints. So I think that was actually really cool and true to form for the open air RPG Breath of the Wild formula. And that gets me very excited for this game. The combat's clean. It's honestly every single action RPG that's came out that's like Breath of the Wild so far, Genshin and this, have destroyed Breath of the Wild in combat. Very combo heavy. Fenyx has a light melee attack with dual blades. Then she has an axe that she can use for strong attacks. She can pop people in the air for aerial combos. She has these god abilities where it's secondary special weapons, like a hammer that can slam people down into the ground. She has these spears that shoot out of the air to pop people up into the air for aerials, but also do damage to them. She has a lot of combat prowess on her. And then she also has bows and arrows. One that's a homing arrow, so she can navigate her arrow through targets and stuff like that, or she can pretty much wanted her arrow around someone's head and hit someone else. It's pretty dope. The comedy and the writing is really good. It's basically Zeus and Prometheus having really silly ass banter in the background, breaking the fourth wall and stuff. So it's almost like you're playing a story that Zeus is telling. So it's really interesting. And like I said, and like I said, I played it all on Stadia, and I have my first reactions to playing. This is my first time actually using Stadia, straight up. I haven't had any reason to check out Stadia before now, and this was the first time I actually got to try it out. And it runs. It's pretty much literally as good as they say it is, to an extent, right? So they say you can literally boot up a game instantly on your computer, and that's exactly what I did. I was able to boot up a game on my computer accidentally, at the blink of an eye. The game started loading as if I installed it on my computer, and I was playing it at a decent frame rate, at a decent resolution, because it was streaming to my computer, so it didn't look as good as if it was installed. But it still ran very good. I probably could play the whole game that way, but I wouldn't prefer to. That's kind of how it is.
I feel that.
Yeah. But Google Stadia for sure works. I don't know if I would play any major titles on Stadia. I don't know who Stadia is for, honestly.
Who is Stadia?
It's for casuals or people who I guess don't have any game
consoles. Casuals,
literally people who don't have game consoles. But it's they're having you pay full price. But
the amount that you're paying for everything,
you might as well just get a console.
Yeah.
This is the simple, you don't have to really think about it, right? It's kind of remember those all-in-one, those Atari games, or those NES, all-in-one,
80 games in one.
The flea market.
Yeah, because I think Stadia has a subscription plan you can get where you get all of the games on their service for a certain amount of money per month.
But you still have to pay for the games, right? It's not
I don't know, because I think if you pay that flat rate, you probably get every game included. But also, I think you can also buy games individually, but they're still full price. Yeah. I could buy Immortals Fenyx Rising on Stadia, and I could play it literally anywhere on my phone if I had a like an Android, or I could play it on. They advertise Stadia where you can play it on a brick laptop, like a netbook, and I could play like Cyberpunk 2077 on like a Google Chromebook on really good Wi-Fi.
Nah.
And it would be full resolution. But like people have shown that Stadia can work, but I don't know. It's like it's a very specific niche customer that would really get into playing that way. I personally wouldn't do it really, but yeah, I probably, if I was to get Immortals Phoenix Rising though, I'd probably just play it on my Switch or a computer. Yeah. Let's see. So that was that. I do believe in Stadia though. It works. I got to actually try it out, so that's really dope. But I wouldn't actually buy anything on it. Okay, up next. League of Legends dropped their new KDA music video, More. And Sean, have you heard any of KDA's music before?
I have not.
Have you been into K-pop yourself? No?
But we did just talk about it on the podcast a little bit.
Okay,
for a while. It is interesting that this kind of Vocaloid is moving into, Western genres, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting because we're starting to see more like virtual, VTubers nowadays, not only in, Japan, but also here in America as well.
Yeah.
And that's really spilling into the basically all realms of entertainment.
Yeah,
so I do like the concept. I just don't know much about it.
Yeah, KDA's first music video, Pop Star, actually, I think it broke. It was like #1 on YouTube for a good minute when it first released.
Yeah, the Pop Stars.
It made waves. Pop Stars made waves when it first released. And people have been standing KDA since then. Even though last year, 2019, was the year when KDA took a break because True Damage was the musical group from Riot Games that year.
Still good.
That was still good.
But
KDA is the big group that everyone has been waiting for to come back. So that's awesome. The music video is really good. It's honestly like very, very beautiful. Riot Games always has like a really good engine for making cinematic videos.
They showed their ass with this music video. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
There was no reason for it to look this good.
Yeah, this was a really, really good music video. I think as of the moment of recording, this music video probably is in like the 10 million views right now, and it dropped yesterday. But yeah, it's really clean. I've been listening to the song on loop a lot lately. I think Zany, member of Team RDW, he said that for League of Legends Worlds, they're actually going to be doing like a live performance, like another augmented reality performance. Because I know when Pop Stars first released, they had KDA on stage along with their actual singers.
Yeah.
So it was like a mixed reality type of experience. That was really cool.
It was the singers, the virtual characters, and then actual backup dancers.
Yeah, so it was like a really cool mixed reality experience.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. And then also I want to see the choreography video for this song, because I really like this is like also what's different between this song and Pop Star is there's a lot more dancing in this music video compared to the first one.
Well, the first one,
it had choreo.
They came out with a choreography video for it.
Yeah, but this one has a lot more in the music video. So it's actually like more in tune with like what K-pop music videos are most of the time. Where it's like you have the music video, but also you have the dancing in there.
I remember there was dancing in the...
Yeah, there was dancing, but if you compare the two, there was not as much actual movement. Like, they didn't have the same engine as they had with the Pop Stars video.
Who's the group makeup? Like, who's all in the group?
So the main group is Akali, Ari, Evelyn, and Kaisa. And the fifth person who's in the video is Seraphine, who is the original character who is a new addition to League of Legends. She's dropping in the game really soon, but she basically came into canon for the musical side of Riot Games production, to be honest. A lot of people are mixed feelings on her. I like her. I probably wouldn't play as her. in the game, because she's pretty much like what's cool is they have a whole bunch of lore leading up to this music video on their website, where it's like Seraphine was a indie artist in Runeterra, which is the League of Legends universe, and she even like they did a whole, she's like, imagine Miku if they gave her an actual internet persona, right?
Yeah.
So she has a Twitter, she has a SoundCloud, she has a Spotify account. She's like an actual person. And then she tweets actively. And then even when the music video dropped, she retweeted it as if she was a person that was like, "Oh, look at this thing that I'm in." And then also they've been making original photos, really good Photoshop photos with KDA and Seraphine, because they're basically in Shanghai right now for a League of Legends Worlds tournament. So it's like they were getting ready to premiere their music video, and they were partnered with Louis Vuitton, and they were doing fittings in Shanghai, and it's really cool. Like, check out Seraphine's Twitter, check out KDA's Twitter. It's a very cool cross dimensions type of promotion they're doing with this. I'm really enjoying this. I love this so much. How do you feel about this, Aisha?
So, I have a lot of feelings, honestly. So, for one, I don't really play League of Legends, but I really like the lore and like what they're doing with KDA. It's really, really cool to me. The music is really cool. I did the cosplay for Akali from the Pop Stars video, so I'm gonna end up buying the cosplay for this music video, because this is probably like my favorite like song of theirs. Like, it's really good. They showed their ass with this video. Holy shit, it's crazy.
Yeah.
My issue is I'm one of the people that has mixed feelings about Seraphine, though, because I like her concept as a character. I like that they're making her like as if she's a person. I just don't like the fact that like you can purchase her, because what they're doing with her is like this.
Yeah, at the end of the day, she's just a marketing ploy.
Yes, and the thing with that is like they're giving her this personality like she's one of us. So she's like an anxious millennial, and she has all these issues, and she's like depressed, or she struggles with anxiety. And it's like the lore with her is cool, but it bugs me because it's a cash grab.
Yeah.
But I don't hate her as a character. Like, she's cool, and like I liked her part in the video, and that like
I'm proud of her. I said
her.
Actually when I live reacted to this video,
I'm proud of her.
I was like, I am happy for her. Look at her go.
Is she a mid laner?
Yeah, she's mid lane. Yeah, she's apparently a major.
So there's
mid-lane.
no top lane like KDA members.
I'm not sure.
Akali is debatable.
I think Akali can be mid lane.
I'm a top laner myself.
Or something.
So like,
I don't know. I don't play League enough where I can tell you.
Yeah.
I feel bad that there's no top lane representation right now. I feel like I'm being discriminated against.
Oh. But yeah, like it's cool. Like, I love what they're doing with.
They're doing a lot of promotion for KDA right now, because their EP drops next week on Friday. I'm
actually excited for the EP,
and they even have KDA promotion in Legends of Runeterra, and I bought the board. I bought the pass to get their stuff in Legends of Runeterra.
Board is really cool.
Yeah, they also have skins for the characters that are also in League of Legends and Wild Rift League of Legends, which is in closed beta. Well, no, it's an open beta in certain regions, not United States, but everyone's getting the trailer showing that the character models are in Wild Rift, and everyone's like, yeah, way to make skins for a game that's not even actually out yet. So
I couldn't be an active League player.
The skins are out. The skins are out, I think. Like these KDA skins are out on the actual game.
I could not be a League or Runeterra player, because I know I'd be dropping money.
Oh yeah,
Granted, I am dropping money on cosplay.
Dude, yeah. There's also like a couple things in the music video where I'm like, oh, they could totally sell some things. And like, Seraphine's wearing these KDA headphones on her bed in the music video, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna sell these. They're gonna sell these. It's like, that's $120, $150 easy to sell those headphones. But yeah, honestly, to be honest, it's a really good music video, really good song. I'm looking forward to that
I
EP
want
to drop.
The choreography version.
The
to come out.
choreography.
I'm so excited for if they drop like the dance shot of it. I'm wondering if they're gonna do like a dance shot version with like the characters or like the actual.
That'd be crazy if they did it with the characters.
Well, because they could do that because they did
That'd
it with like.
That'd be stupid if they did it with the characters.
Well, because they've done it with like Vocaloid before. Like,
I know,
they've
but
had,
I don't know if they wanna. I don't know if they wanted to budget that because they've already done it with their actual voice actors.
I know,
singers.
That's what I'm saying. Like the singers,
the
like
people
I'm
that they
wondering
mocap
if they're
off
gonna
of,
do a dance version with the characters themselves,
I
or
would
if
love
it's
that.
gonna be with the actual like people, like they've been doing, like when the baddest dropped.
I
Because
would
either
love
way,
that.
I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
I would rather it if it came out with the actual singers doing the choreo, just so I can like get a better feel of how it's actually supposed to look in real life.
Yeah, the KDA fan is going. The Blades are going crazy right now. Okay, we're gonna move on. I could gush about this whole situation for a while now. I love this music video. It's really good.
It's really
all right,
good.
let's see. Next thing. This is silly. Turn that down. Cartoon Network made a advertisement with the Steven Universe team. Steven Universe ended, I think, last year with Future and stuff like that. But yeah, Steven Universe ended. Cartoon Network is still using Steven Universe as a platform of acceptance and progression. And they made an advertisement pushing anti-racism to kids. And the internet had a hissy fit about it, as they should, as they're expected to be, because the internet is filled with a whole bunch of babies, and they are actually more sensitive about these type of things than the people that actually care about these things existing. So yeah, it's really stupid. I made a whole video of my live reaction and my thoughts on this on Twitter, so you can check it out at www. But yeah, this was a really good look for Cartoon Network and just for the Steven Universe cast, because they got to bring back Garnet and they got to bring back the music team and the animation team for just a little plug thing. It's really dope. It's literally so the way the ad works, for those of you who might not look it up, it's a black kid and a white kid, and they slide down a slide and they're like, hey, when we're older, let's get married. And this other white kid comes up and says, you can't get married because black people can't get married to white people.
Bro, that was
and I was just like, wait a minute.
When he said that, I was like, whoa, that's wild.
And it's like he teased saying it. He's like, black people can't get married to white people. And I'm just like, wait a minute. So, but then it cuts, and then it's like they were recording a commercial meta in the commercial. And it's like the kid that said that goes, this is so stupid. This is the cheesiest thing I've ever done. No one actually thinks of this stuff in real life. And then the black kid's like, are you kidding me? Yes. And then the other kid is like, yeah, dude, come on. Like, racism is real. Are you talking about it? Like, are you actually acting like this doesn't exist? And Garnet's like, yeah, you have the knowledge to fight racism. You have to acknowledge it exists, to acknowledge that it's wrong. And the kids are like, yeah, it's not right to be racist or whatever. And then it's like a cheesy punch towards the air and stuff like that.
It's like a 90s.
It's a whole 90s
it's like a
thing.
90s, like,
whole 90s
this gives me
vibe.
90s anti-drug vibe. I think
It's
that's
super
literally
cute.
what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, harmless. It's honestly harmless. And then a whole bunch of 40, 30-year-olds, probably 20-somethings too, are in there like, why are you giving kids the idea that people can even be racist? That's crazy. What are you doing?
My
What is this
Oh my
leftist
God.
propaganda you're pushing onto our kids? And I'm just like, bruh, are you kidding me?
Like, have you not watched anything growing up? Kids shows did this like all the time, and it was literally just like, hey, they simplify it to make it so easy for children. It's literally, hey, don't be mean to people because they're not like you. Everyone is different, whether it's skin color or this and that. Like, that's always been a thing. And then, because a similar thing happened with an Arthur clip when they were talking about protests and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the exact same thing. Like, why are you teaching this to my kid? And it's like, because the shit's happening in real life.
Yeah, I don't understand
like,
why.
I don't get it. I don't
understand
why
why
people are
parents
getting
act like their kids can't be educated on things that exist in real life when they're so young. Because it's like kids don't care. They're just like, they're going to get the information, retain it, and be like, oh, okay, that's wrong. Yeah, that doesn't seem right that black people can't marry white people. That's stupid. They're just a person. Okay.
And then
I don't know. And then even though it was like on Twitter, there was like a whole bunch of people having hissy fits in the comments. Like the one person was like, Barney did this better. They didn't make it preachy like this. And it's like, are you stupid,
though?
bro?
I don't understand how it's preachy.
It's like if Barney's like, even when Sesame Street touched on what protest and racism is, people still were bitching about it. Elmo asked his dad, deadass, yo, what is racism and what are people protesting about? And his dad broke it down, and people were still like, yo, why are you telling my kids about this? They don't need to know about this. It's like, are you stupid?
See, here's my issue with that, though, because people are like, oh, my kid isn't going to see that, but it happens all the time. Like, kids are assholes, and if you're, like, a black kid and you're, like, at a mixed school or, like, predominantly white school, and
black kids
like,
at mixed schools
the black kid,
get
like
caught with
it
racist
happens
stuff
all the time,
and they don't understand what it is.
But apparently, little Timmy is perfect, and it would never happen to little Timmy, or little Timmy would never do that. And it's like, you don't know what little Timmy does when you drop them off at fucking kindergarten. Shut the fuck up.
Kids are heartless.
Yeah, kids are assholes.
But also one point that I made was, it's like kids don't understand what racism is, but kids can 100% get taught what racism is, or they don't get told. It's
you
like
just
it's
simplify it.
Kids get taught to be this. Get taught to be that way.
Yeah.
By their parents, and that's why people that grew up, especially in 2020, high schoolers that were in like predominantly white areas, once all the protests and stuff started breaking out, they were like, oh wow, I guess my family wasn't right about everything they've been telling me, because this stuff doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
And then all this other stuff. So it's like, if you're not going to tell your kid that it's okay for a black kid to be their friend, or it's okay to have feelings for someone of a different race because they're just a person, then let Garnet from Steven Universe tell them to not do that. And it's okay to not be racist or whatever.
I mean, I just feel like if you're cool with, like, your kid learning the alphabet and, like, numbers and shit from a TV show, they should at least learn about
They can learn actual life lessons.
And life lessons.
That's
the entire point.
Exactly. And then people are like, oh, when I was a kid, cartoons weren't so soft. They weren't having me grow up to be, like, whatever, XYZ.
I mean,
and
what
it's
about
like,
Captain Planet?
Exactly. Like, Captain Planet was like, there were shows that were teaching kids life lessons back in the day, but it's like the people who actually complain about this shit probably watched like only South Park, Beavis and Butthead, and like Ren and Stimpy, and watched Adult Swim when they were in 4th grade and their parents didn't say shit to them. So I don't care what those people have to say to me, to be honest. Like I don't care, actually. Like if you're complaining about what kids are watching on their cartoons, it's like, why do you care what's on Cartoon Network, you 33-year-old piece of shit? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Why do you care what a kid watches on Cartoon Network after they're done with their homework? Get out of my DMs. It's so annoying. I hate how it's like, I'm not smart enough to be dumb enough to care about this shit, bro. It's so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, good on you, Cartoon Network, for bringing this stuff up, not being afraid to touch on those touchy subjects that most people won't touch on with their kids. Because if they won't do it, who the hell will do it, you know? Let's see. Let's move on to our next thing. This one was really interesting. Netflix is making a live-action Assassin's Creed series. Because why not? And apparently an animated series are on the way too. In the subtitle.
Had a conversation about this with some friends.
Yeah, this one's from The Verge. Live-action adaptation of Ubisoft's long-running Assassin's Creed series is coming to Netflix. The show will be the first of several new series, Netflix announced, as the agreement between the streaming platform and Ubisoft will tap into the iconic video game's trove of dynamic stories and global mass appeal for adaptations of live-action, animated, and anime series. So they're basically just going to start making Assassin's Creed animated universe cartoons or series on Netflix. I'm not mad about it because the Assassin's Creed series is pretty interesting at the base, but I don't know. I don't really play the games that much, to be honest, so I don't really care too much, but I wouldn't mind watching an animated series on Assassin's Creed. I mean, The Witcher pulled off the Netflix series thing pretty good. Castlevania's pulled it off pretty decent. Dragon's Dogma got me to buy the game for $8 on Steam, so...
but like, what's it gonna be about? It's gonna be about the original Assassin's Creed. Is gonna be.
I mean, at
the
this
original
point,
Assassin's Creed is.
Aren't there multiple assassins? They could pretty much do anything they want, to be honest.
Yeah,
like, oh, you're a descendant of XYZ assassin in XYZ place.
Are theorizing it might be about like Ezio, maybe, like the Ezio story.
We're going back.
Yeah, like going back.
That's like, that's.
But
I would like an original story. I would like an original story.
Yeah.
But like, if it's following the games,
like if you the thing with
Ezio.
Yeah. The thing with Assassin's Creed is when you have a series that's been on for so long, and there's so many bits of lore and timeline that I guess the hardcore fans will notice. You have to be aware of what you're gonna do. I think. Let's see. Live action show is still in early stages in need of a showrunner. It's also unclear when it'll take place or what it'll be about. The franchise is known for combining historical settings with modern narratives and has tackled everything from Crusades to Vikings. Let's see. Netflix is for Ubisoft's part, it's not the first time the developers brought sci-fi to the world of screen. Blah blah blah.
Is it the same people that did The Witcher?
I'm not sure.
No,
I
know
go
down. Or is it just saying that Netflix also did?
Oh yeah, Netflix also pulled off The Witcher and Resident Evil. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be really interesting for sure.
It'd be cool.
I don't know if I'd watch it though.
It'd be cool if they did like an original one-off story. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Someone, Zany in chat says as long as they don't touch the Edo period, so they can still do a game on that era, or pretty much just play Ghost of Tsushima, basically. Yeah, because they haven't gone to Japan yet, so that'd be really. What if they, for the anime, they make it go to Japan? That'd be cool. They do a cyberpunk Assassin's Creed Netflix series exclusive. That'd be pretty wild. But yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the series, but I am happy for the fans, or at least I don't know if the fans are happy for themselves.
Everyone is kind of like,
we'll see it when we get a trailer.
Yeah, everyone's like, we'll see it when we get a trailer, hoping for the best but expecting the worst.
Basically,
that was the entire consistency of like
the bar is low.
My friends that are into Assassin's Creed.
Cool. But one thing I am excited about is this was a shadow drop. Tiny Toon Adventures is coming back with a reboot. Just like freaking
did hear about that.
Animaniacs is. So Looney Tunes tweeted, "You heard it here first. HBO Max and Cartoon Network are bringing back Tiny Toons with a new series, Tiny Toons Looniversity. Acme Acres is gonna be lit."
They had me until that last sentence.
So I'm pretty much sure this is just another situation of 90s kids that like 90s cartoons growing up and making those 90s cartoons again.
Tiny Toons
with a modern flair.
Shit.
I like Tiny Toons better than Animaniacs. To be
Tiny
honest.
Toons was my absolute favorite.
Buster and Babs were my niggas, bro.
I like Animaniacs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Animaniacs reboot because that starts on November 20th. That's gonna be really good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they do Tiny Toons because there were a lot of characters in Tiny Toons. So far, we only have a teaser image of Buster and Babs Bunny, and it looks like Buster has a new outfit. He doesn't have his T-shirt anymore. It looks like he has like a college Letterman's jacket, and Babs looks like she has like a yellow T-shirt with a pink hoodie. So yeah, I'm really interested in how the aesthetic of the show is gonna be because we're all pretty much in our mid-20s to late 20s, early 30s who watched Tiny Toons growing up. So I'm wondering who the show is going to be aimed towards.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it going to be a thing where it's like aged with us?
It's probably aged with us. It's
or
probably
is
just
it going to be a thing where it's going to try and appeal to the same audience as before? Because I feel like if they're bringing it back for nostalgia base, so it's going to be for the kids that grew up with it.
It's gonna be like Animaniacs, so the show's gonna be
the kids that grew up with
show's gonna be aged well to where it's handled to where kids of today can meet these characters for the first time and like them.
Yeah.
But also, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be hitting on those inside jokes heavy because if you go back to Tiny Toons, same with Animaniacs. They made a lot of like jokes where adults got them.
There was more adult jokes in it than jokes for kids, to be honest.
Exactly. And also
that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering how it's gonna be now.
Yeah, and I like how these shows, at least I'm assuming Tiny Toons is gonna be on the same wavelength because I guess if anything, Animaniacs is going to gauge how well the budget's going to be for Tiny Toons University, even though it's on a different streaming platform, because they're both WB. But HBO Max claimed Tiny Toons.
They're just
University.
trying to get you to shell out money
so I guess
left and right for these damn streaming services.
I guess WB is just claiming as much money as they can over as many different services. So I mean, if they're to bring back any shows from my childhood, bring back these two.
Yeah,
because I for sure like these shows. But yeah, other than that, we don't really have any other information on it. We don't know if the voice actors are still here.
I'm hoping.
Honestly, it was a godsend that Animaniacs voice actors are all still alive and sound exactly the fucking same. Mm-hmm. Like, they all sound exactly the same.
Because I think some of the original Tiny Toons voice actors passed away.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. There were a lot of characters in Tiny Toons. A lot of characters.
They said somebody died. Yeah. Plucky and Hamilton.
Oh, Plucky and Hamilton's voice actors passed?
Yeah.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah. So... I'm gonna need a replacement
and Plucky
for
and
them.
Hamilton were like two of the other main cast. Mm-hmm. It was Plucky, Hamilton. Let's see, Elmira's voice actor. I think she's still around. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's voicing Buster and Babs. I don't know if their voice actors are still kicking around.
Yeah, like I'm hoping to get as much as the.
But I mean, if anything, they got to get some really good sound-alikes because, like I said, blessings in disguise that the Animaniacs
they've done it
team
before for sound-alikes with other shows.
Yeah, they pulled it off for sure.
So,
honestly, at the end of the day, it's just gonna come down to animation style and jokes, really.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really care what they do with the show. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the notes I have. Did I miss anything? I think. Oh, also, this is like a quick little 2 things that I missed, I guess. Super Mario 3D All-Stars got inverted controller support for people who care. So now Super Mario Sunshine plays better. Yeah.
So before it was like up was down and down was up like in the original game.
Yeah.
But now
you can switch it.
Now it's up is up and down is down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and then also it was a Nintendo Partner Direct that dropped. Literally, no one knew what was happening.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even watch all of it.
Yeah, the big news out of that, Bravely Default 2, the developers said that they've been hearing people from the demo that they released at the beginning of the year, and they have been fine-tuning the game since then, and we might get another demo. No More Heroes 3 is for sure coming in 2021, and we also have No More Heroes 1 and 2 now on the eShop on the Nintendo Switch as ports. Cool. I knew that was going to happen, didn't know when, but it's cool that they announced them both literally on the same day. And without warning, they just ended up on the eShop because also this Direct happened without warning. What else happened? There's this game by HAL Laboratories, the Kirby people, called Part-Time UFO, where you're playing as a UFO and you're picking up stuff like it's a crane game. Super cute game.
Age of Calamity demo.
And then, the last big thing, Age of Calamity, Hyrule Warriors, got a demo dropped on the eShop. It is a pretty decently long demo. Like, it's 2 chapters. It's 2 parts of Chapter 1. So you're playing Chapter 1 of the game, and the demo's data rolls over to the main game when you buy it.
Oh, nice.
So that's dope.
That.
And in the demo, you get to play as Zelda, Impa, and Link. So you get to try out how the battle system works and everything.
Is it Hyrule Warriors canon now? It's canon.
So like the original Hyrule Warriors is totally different from this game. But it is the Hyrule Warriors engine, with the Breath of the Wild aesthetic. So this game is a prequel to Breath of the Wild. This game is a prequel to Breath of the Wild.
This is canon to Breath of the Wild.
It's canon to Breath of the Wild, yes.
Is Breath of the Wild canon to the Zelda?
Technically, I think they said that Breath of the Wild is technically the second game in the timeline, because Skyward Sword, I think, is technically before Breath of the Wild, but I'm not sure. The Zelda timeline is very convoluted, and there's so many discussions to be had about the timeline.
Yeah.
But the game looks great. Honestly, this game is for sure what pushes the Switch's frame rate to its limit. I played it, and the game plays very well, but it does get a little framey at some points because there's so much happening on screen. There's a lot of dynamic set pieces. The maps are so much bigger than they were in Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. and the Breath of the Wild engine is getting pushed to its limits in this. The game is amazing, though. I hope the battle system or the combat gets pulled over to Breath of the Wild 2, at least in some capacity, because, yeah, it's really good. So if you have a Switch and you like Breath of the Wild, I recommend getting this demo.
When does this game come out?
This game comes out on the 20th of November.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot sooner.
Shout out to
a lot sooner than I thought. Holy crap.
Yeah, shout out to the what's it call it? Shout out to the cyberpunk delay on that one.
Right.
So yeah. Really cool. That was like the biggest announcement, so I got to check that out. That was really cool. Then also Bravely Default 2. Oh, we already talked about that. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was the main thing that really came out of that direct. Yeah. All that stuff mainly happened on the same day too. The KDA, the showcase, freaking a lot of stuff happened all on the same day. So that was a very busy day for me, but that's awesome. Yeah. So that's pretty much everything that I had on my notes. That's everything we had to go over today.
Woo.
That was good. Good talk. Good talk, guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Good talk. Yeah. So that was our docket for the ConMentary podcast this week. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let whatever happens happen. But if you want to listen to more episodes of this podcast or any past episodes, you can for sure check it out on Spotify. And also this video is going to be uploaded to YouTube as well. So you can listen to it there and also see the visuals on screen along with the podcast too. So shout out to our shout out to our live chat audience. You guys are awesome, except for you, Eric Lato. But otherwise, everyone's great. Everyone's cool. Yeah. So ShoryukenPizza, Feed from Geek Mountain Podcast. Let people know where they can find you and they can join you up on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So again, thanks for having me. I'm ShoryukenPizza again. It was really fun being here. You guys can find me everywhere like you put hot sauce.
Oh my god. Is that gonna stick? Is that what it's gonna stick?
No, it's not gonna stick. It's not gonna stick. But yeah, you can find me everywhere like hot sauce. I'm on Twitch streaming 5 days a week at ShoryukenPizza. You guys know how to spell that out there. And yes, again, I host the Feed from Geek Mountain Podcast. We're on Spotify and Anchor.fm.
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Go and support the Feed from Geek Mountain Podcast. Awesome friends of the show. Awesome streamer. Awesome dude. And Aisha.
Yes. I exist.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, I exist.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, this is really cool. It's really cool.
Okay, well, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. Later.
Bye.